Another day, another live stream. Hope all of you had a good weekend. How are you doing, everyone? Ready, set. What's up? Welcome to another live stream in which we're gonna cover Bitcoin and a couple of alts. I'll be online for an hour according to the schedule that I set for myself today. I actually have the schedule in my prompter, so while I look at the cam, I see my schedule as well. I will surely not forget my schedule today. And I will also, when I do the analysis, put chat up there. No? Welcome everyone. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Let me know what you did. My wife and I went to Monaco. So on Saturday we, I believe, stayed at home. But then on Sunday we went to Monaco to the Christmas market in Monaco, and took some pictures and videos there. You can find them on my Instagram story, where I'm very active. Indeed. And I also posted stuff about the Elliott Wave compendium there with regards to the 886 and two examples. My editor posted another reel today. Going strong. The only thing I need to improve is I need to upload posts. I love the stories. I'm just not so good with posts yet. So, well. But yeah, we had a good time. Christmas market walking. Then we went to the palace, walked through the old town, and eventually went back. And it's another beautiful day. Blue skies, 14, 15 degrees in the south of France. Welcome, Ferhat El Dudorino. Christian, new week ahead. Exactly. New week, new opportunities. No, watch and listen. Welcome, Rahul. Pumping as usual. The music, yeah, it's good. If you saw my Instagram stories of yesterday, or 2 days ago, my most played song this year is the live stream song. It's my top song. It's Samurai by Jeff Joseph. It's the second song out of the two that create the intro of the streams. And it was played 285 times. So I was like, so does that mean I did 285 live streams? And then I checked my Google my YouTube Studio Analytics, and I had a 289 live streams this year. 289 live streams. I already have over 300 videos this year alone. And yeah, that's a lot of stuff. And then I don't know, like 50 shorts or something. We're getting back into the shorts. I actually still I might have a question to you guys about shorts. So if you check the shorts maybe after the live stream, last couple of shorts are like answering questions from the community, or a talking head short, like where some educational stuff, right? The question is, would you be interested in having a Bitcoin probabilities summary short, let's say, like a few times a week? Is that interesting, or is it better to do it the way we do now? Now that's a question. Of course, you first probably have to see, okay, so what's the shorts now? And then get back and be like, okay, might be better to maybe either remove these type of shorts and get this in and whatnot. Some shorts, we answer questions. We put the question in the short, and then I answer the question, and it becomes a short with some nice editing. Others are talking head. But yeah, back in the day, like long time ago already, I also made some Bitcoin like summary shorts. Let's say like, okay, probabilities are higher because, and then in less than 1 minute, try to keep it as short as I can. I basically explain, this is what's going on. These are the two scenarios. These are the levels. This is probabilities. Boom, 1 minute done. So yeah, kind of prefer to focus on Bitcoin, less focus on alts. The videos are always Bitcoin, but in live streams after the Bitcoin analysis, which has the main focus, that's why we start with Bitcoin, I have like time to do some alts. So that is why it's good to have alts. And of course, many people here also trade alts. So it's interesting for them to have a look at some Elliott wave analysis on altcoins as well. Even though it won't be separate videos on my channel, the focus is Bitcoin, but during live streams, I can do some alts as well. So, Nicholas, Harry, welcome. Rodney, Senna, Jail, Ombat, Gloomore, watch and listen. Hello, BBL, what's up? F Society, I caught the fibs on H-bar. Good job, watch and listen. Nice to hear. Lauren, welcome. Not so good to one trade without stop loss and forgot the TP and set stop loss to entry. Forgot to trade because I was so busy to wake up and see the big move, not expecting it over the weekend. Yeah, it was on Sunday. Sunday was quite some action on Sunday, no? I do not often trade during the weekend, but I actually did go long on Bitcoin during the weekend. So it doesn't often happen because usually, of course, price goes sideways and I'm interested again once Monday hits, but I actually traded on Sunday. So leveled my lawn. Has to happen. Oh, what's up, Mark? Good to have you here. Yannis, Ferhat. Stop trading on the cell phone. Can recommend. Mohammed, Lauren, do it. Good morning, Matthias. Thanks for the feedback, Lauren. Do you trade alts? ROI is much higher than Bitcoin. Bitcoin gives me more than enough. I don't need to trade on alts and divert my focus on many different charts and then also have multiple positions at the same time and trying to manage them all. And, I prefer, less is more. I'm a firm believer in the less is more. I prefer to focus on one chart. Now, alts can be spot positions, right? But it's not trading. Spot is not trading. Spot for me is regarded to more like investing stuff, right? Or very, very big, high time frame swings, that sort of stuff. But trading as like day trading, no, I don't touch the alts day trading. I touch Bitcoin day trading. Yeah. How can I trade like you? Elliott waves. All about studying. I actually think we made a short about that as well. But Ferhat, I recommend you the following before I continue in the analysis. Go to the description, find a link to the LINKTREE, right? And then you get to this page. You scroll down to Elliott Wave Education. You check the Elliott Wave website, which is a public website with lots of information, really good. Then you can, if you want, there's a book here. But I would recommend step 2 is to check the Elliott Wave Full Guide playlist, which is on my channel. And then if you're interested, you can always shorten the learning curve in gold, but start with the free sources, I suppose, because why not? Yeah, it's out there anyway. And that's how you start. And then hopefully trading Elliott Wave comes, once you build enough of a foundation, Elliott Wave theory and implementation on the chart. How you decide to go long on Sunday? Well, all the scenarios that we had on Friday were for price to move up, right? So first of all, we wanted to see the high taken and move down. That was a nice short. And then the question was, do we get the 2-3? We had the potential for a flat. We had the potential bigger zigzag into continuation. And of course, the bigger flat on the card still. But all of the scenarios, even the bearish ones, we're looking for price to move up. Now, as price then took out this high, we moved down, 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 down here. And then we came back up and we took the high again. And the moment we took this high again, I was like, yeah, I can't make a flat out of this anymore here locally, like an ABC, and the triangle is invalidated. So that is why on Sunday in the morning, right there, I decided to go long. Plus, we actually had some bullish CVDs at that moment as well. So that was the decision. Yeah, right. So I don't often do this on Sundays, but if there's an opportunity, I gotta take it. Did you actually accidentally took the top at 104K for Blue Wave 4 in the second bull? No, the top at 100K. But let's start the analysis, and then we'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted. Yes, I have two 15-minute time frame scenarios. We will get to these. So make sure everything is positioned nicely. Close. Could probably remove the fib here. Close that. There we go. Nice and empty chart. We're gonna start. Yo, maybe a band-aid, dude. This guy. All the way from the US, Florida. Maybe a band-aid. Thanks, man. Again, so this guy, so he's doing well in his trading. And every live stream in the past, I don't know, like what maybe a band-aid, like week, you're keeping up a streak. He gives like one person in the community. Thanks, man. Martin de Groot, you've been gifted. Make sure to fill in the forms that maybe a band-aid and Mark posted. Mark Dutchy, of course, Dutchy. Mark Dutch, it's in the name. It's in the name. Amazing guy, actually. It's the first person I saw in real life coming from the trading community. We had lunch in Gouda. It was quite fresh though. Sun was shining, but it was not warm. It was not warm. Okay, no. Win streak since like I think the 5th. Maybe a band-aid, man. Let me put you guys up there. Maybe a band-aid on a roll. What's up, Victor? Okay. Let's start, right? Let's start. We'll start with Bitcoin, and then we probably just fast analyze the alts as we always do. So I will prepare my notebook for that after. So before we go into alts, I'll let you know. I still have some space here. So we're going to start with Bitcoin, and we are 18 minutes into the live stream. This is for the timestamps. Okay, let's get this started, shall we? It will, of course, be a bit of a summary. So there we go, 18 minutes. Daily time frame, bullish scenario, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, looking for an impulse up in 5, and then another 4, 5. In this scenario, we look for 2 more pushes to the upside, right? And you do not want price to move below 100.6K. That is a very hard level, right? Move below 100.6K, bearish, right? This scenario goes out. And probabilities increase for the other scenario, which I have here in my folders, which I'll show in a second. So very, very clear invalidation here. This has to be in a bullish scenario, a 1, 2, and you look for price to continue towards the upside, right? So here we then have like some 1, 2s again. Eventually you get a 3, a 4, a 5, finish green 3, green 4, green 5. Now something that I didn't mention during the video this morning, but I'd like you to know, is that a wave 4 of a higher degree likes to retrace to the price action of a wave 4 of a lower degree. So mind you that the target for your green wave 4 might very well be the previous range wave 4, right? The high of the range to the low of the range. That is then generally your target area, right? It's not a rule, but it is a guideline. Now, after your green 4, you then look for your green 5, right? This is, again, your bullish scenario. And if we then zoom in to the local structure here, we go to the 1 hour time frame, right? We jump in. Then here, this is your impulse. Actually, I should make this white if I want to be having the same color numbers, I suppose, as on the daily time frame. So your white 1, 2, and eventually you look for 3, 4, 5, right? As you can see, I don't put too much detail in this structure here because it's not necessary. If you're bullish, you just want to move up. You don't want to change the structure, preferably, right? Preferably hold the structure. I'll explain why in a second. So here we then have our 1, 2, we look for 3, 4, and 5. I have 2 invalidations on the chart. And this is very important because how can I approach this? So with Elliott waves, once price starts moving, right? Bullish momentum, price moving to the upside, it is very interesting to know when is price turning bearish again, right? Because if you, for example, are like myself in a long position, then I need to know when to get out. Of course, I have my take profits and whatnot as price moves up, but I need to know where to put my stop loss. When do I put it in profit? Where are my invalidations? When do probabilities change? When do I want to go short? Like these type of things are generally coming from invalidations of scenario A, which increases probabilities for scenario B, which means my scenario A trade goes out, right? So I have two invalidations because they both have an impact on the probabilities for the bulls, okay? Now, just to explain, the upper invalidation, this one here, at 102.6K is this low. And this is the invalidation for a multi 1-2, meaning you have a 1-2, and then over here you have another 1-2, 1-2. Or I don't even care. You might just call it, at least this has to be a 2. Doesn't even matter. This is a 2, whatever degree. And this becomes another 1-2. In other words, take out this low and this being a 1-2, invalidated. Especially in a bull market, the moment the 618 was touched here early, wait, no, that's for later. I don't want to confuse people. Let me go back one step. I have two invalidations, both important. The first invalidation invalidates the first invalidation at 102K invalidates this being a 1-2 up, and then a multi 1-2 here, right? And the lower invalidation at 100.6K is even more important because that invalidates this whole thing being an impulse. Now, it's already a little bit tricky to count a nice impulse to the upside here, right? Because of the overlap, which I wrote down here. Now, if you want to count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't care if you finish this too at this low or this low, that's only relevant at a later stage, right? But by all means, you're always going to start an impulse from this low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Then your 1 and 4 overlap, not allowed. Now on the lower time frames, you can count 1, flatten 2, 3, 4, 5, right? No overlap between 1 and 4, but you do have overlap between 2 and 4. And it is not a rule that 2 and 4 cannot overlap. It doesn't invalidate an impulse, but it is a so-called strong guideline to not see this, right? You don't want 2-4 overlap. It lowers the probabilities. It's a strong guideline to not have overlap between 2 and 4. So again, not a rule, but it is a guideline. So it does lower the probability. So in other words, preferably we do actually not count this as a 5 waiver, but there is a slim chance we might be able to because it's a strong guideline and not a rule in Elliott waves, right? So taking out this invalidation lowers probabilities for the bulls. Taking out this low, now that's a problem, right? And if you take out 100.6K, that is the moment that the probabilities increase that whatever this move up here is corrective, right? Likely in a zigzag in that case. And then we have the potential for a flat. Take out 100.6K and the flat increases in probabilities, right? By all means, continuation of the range. So here we then have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And in this case, this is your end of 3, A, B, C. Some people might want to put 3 up here and count A, B, C, you know, pretty much whatever, because in the end, it doesn't change the scenario. You're going down, right? In this scenario, any flat that you make, the target, minimum target is going to be 92.1, preferably take out 90K, and then you have a nice 382 at 86.7, plus some additional supports down here as well, which are like the blue boxes that you can see, one blue box at 90K, one at 87K, right? So we do have some additional support. So 100.6K is very important. 102.6K is also important, but not yet a full invalidation of impulsive continuation. Now, at the moment, we haven't yet touched 102.6K, nor went down to 100.6K, but we will analyze the 50-minute in a little bit. But be aware of this scenario, right? On the 4-hour, it looks like this. So there you go. All right, A, B, C. Arguably, some people will count A, B, C. That's fine, right? If you don't want to count this mess. The reason I don't like A, B, C is because of time. Because if this is the low of your A, this is your B, then your B is like 15 times longer than your wave A, which doesn't make sense at all. So from an Elliott wave point of view, where time and ratio is important, it is much better to have a wave B that is at least shorter than 5 or 6 times A. And in this case, the current high is made before the 5 fib time compared to A. In other words, B is shorter than 5 times A. That is what we prefer to see. The moment you hit the 5, probabilities slowly start dwindling down. So we still have some time. This 5 fib time, by the way, is Tuesday, 5 p.m. So that's tomorrow, Central European time. And then you look for a C to the downside, which means you need an impulsive structure, right? Couple of 1-2s, then you get your 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, find support, make everyone scared, wreck everyone on the way down, and then go back up. So even if you do move down impulsively, it would be would actually be a very nice opportunity. I would be very happy with an opportunity going down that far. I gotta wait. Well, we didn't yet hit 102.6k, not 100.6k, so we wait. Okay, on the lower time frame here, what I wanted to say earlier, but I stopped myself from explaining it because of confusion. If you take a fib from the low to the high of the recent push up, then you can see the 618 is touched. Meaning that you, even though the highest volume is here, which can happen in wave Cs, in an impulse, preferably the highest volume is part of a wave 3. Of course, we could still have the 1, 2, 3, but with this move up, you want to again get even more volume, okay? But by all means, what I want to say, the 0.618 invalidates counting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. It's too deep. It doesn't make sense, which is now the reason why we either want to count this as a 1, 2, go up in 3, or we come back down, invalidate this. This needs to be a 1, 2, 3 to remain bullish, go below 100k, bearish, flat, potential for 89k and lower, which would be very nice. From a psychology point of view, it's actually very interesting. We just don't yet have the proof because we didn't take those lows. But it would definitely grab, like it's a liquidity grab at the high, bring it down, make people scared, liquidity grab at the low. And it always makes me think of like what's happening here for a bit. Makes me think of this and this. So if we zoom in shortly, then here, of course, these are actually two very different outcomes, because here you pump up and here you come down. But if you look here, this was the ETF launch, right? So you have your corrective structure, you take your high, boom, Otstaflots, right? You come back down and then you continue. Now that would be nice, but we first need to get down to 100k. No? So yeah, high volume move up, down, down, down. This one went quite quick as well. Take out the lows, grab the liquidity, find support on the previous range here, by the way, and then we moved up. Price doesn't repeat, it rhymes. This structure here also fits with the current range. So, you have two structures, different outcomes. But just to show you, it can happen. It happened in the past, but we need price to move below 100. At the moment, right, as long as you don't take 102.6k and 100k, I mean, how can we really give on the high time frame the probabilities to bears, right? So it's a little bit difficult. Now, locally, I have two scenarios here on a 15-minute time frame. Someone asked me earlier. I actually do have them. I shared them in silver earlier today. Either a WXY. If you do take out this low again, then it becomes A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C, right? That's bullish. Your bearish scenario is a multi 1 2. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, maybe another retracement in that case, right? And then you label this as a 1. This becomes 2, maybe weekend price action or whatnot, and then poof, down you go. Most bearish is that this is another 1 2, and then you go down very fast. So oops. So yeah, we had some support locally. Not this red line, by the way. Where is it? This one, the daily naked point of control. I mean, it only on the low time frame did it shortly react, but yeah, now we're below it. We are now at a support resistance flip with the previous all-time high. So let's see. So that is your bullish and bearish scenario at the moment. And counting this as a 1, 2, and then a 3. Let's have a look. Does that even work? No, probabilities are low for this, besides time, of course, as 2 is going to be very big compared to 1. So, yeah. There you go. That's your bullish and bearish scenario. I do like to say that this move here, and I don't like the nitty-gritty. I don't like to go to a 3-minute time frame, but this does feel like an impulse, which means that this then has to be a 3-wave structure. Can't be a 5, because an impulse cannot be a single move. You always need another one. But the fact that we came down and took the low, right, you then have to label this as a potential C and a flat, which makes this a 3-wave. And if this is a 3-wave, this has to be a 3-wave. Can't be a 5-wave. So that is how I got to counting a potential WXY. So that's your bullish scenario. And by the way, the result of a WXY, in other words, if you invalidate a multi 1 2, the probabilities are high to take the high. Because a WXY cannot be part of any other structure than a flat, if you start with it. Yeah, so A, B. One second here, just counting again. I also don't like an ABC here. 5, 3, then you somehow need to get a 3 in here. And then 1, 2, 3. If this is your 4, there's one candle, then your 4 is significantly shorter compared to your 2. Right? Which is not common. It's more common for 4 to be longer than 2. So in other words, if you do like a zigzag here, A, B, C, we actually make another low first and then go up. So in other words, your C is going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 in that case. So, but yeah, WXY, ABC, bullish scenario, 50-minute time frame. Truncation in 5 of C of X. I don't wait. 5 of C of X. I just happen to I happen to see the. There's no truncation. X is a triangle. A, B, C, D, E. This is also your most bullish count, by the way, where you label this as a W zigzag, X zigzag family structure, Y a triangle, finished, bullish continuation. This is your bullish scenario that I do not show for the sake of simplicity in this scenario, where this becomes 1, 2, continuation up. The end of your range is here, which is your WX triangle in a Y. Whoops. Yeah, TP. I mean, going to the base channel or seeing a retracement is, of course, very interesting indeed. Price action will show us no. So yeah, first need to see some weakness. Can we reach 98K this week for a long trade? This week? If you take out the high, it becomes lower probabilities. However, if you do move down and take out 100K, then 98K is never going to be a long for me. Probabilities are high. You're going to go to 89. I'll be interested to long there again. You know. So yeah, because if you do, so if you take out this high, right, and you want to be bearish, you want to count this as A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then your wave 3 has that awkward overlap here, right? It's just not great. So of course the probabilities for bullish scenarios increase, and then it's questionable if you come down there. So, but hey, you can always just have it in your plan. So for something I learned is early on is you don't want to trade towards your entries or towards your target areas. You want to trade from your target areas or from your entries. You don't want to trade towards them. You know what I mean? Like if you want to potentially long at 98, you just put that in your plan, and you just wait and see if price goes to 98. You should also have a plan maybe in the local range. If you see X, then you do Y, right? You make a plan for different levels, different areas of interest. And whenever price hits that area, you observe the reaction. If you see what you want to see, you join. And if you don't, you don't, right? Because you do not know if price will go there or not, right? Currently, it depends on the local range. Will we see 98K this week? I don't know. Maybe we do. Right? If you take out 100K, it's very likely because then you look for an impulse down. But if you take out the high, it becomes unlikely, right? But I would never trade if 98K would be my entry area. I would never trade towards 98, right? I'll just put it in my plan and put an alarm there and then be like, cool, if it hits, it hits. It gives me an opportunity. If it doesn't, well, I'll have another one. No? I'll look for another opportunity. Yeah. So... cheers, maybe a band-aid. Yeah, I mean, look, short is very interesting, of course. So yeah, I did hedge my spot here at the high, just to be sure. A diagonal from 94 possible. 94. Too early. If you want to count a diagonal here, then first of all, you like to see overlap, which we don't. And then, of course, you still need your 5 up. Now, I preferably only count diagonals once your 4 is in. So, in other words, you actually want price to move down. You need to go to 102.6 in that case. It's possible, it's possible, but it's just... And, by the way, if you want to count this as a diagonal, you got to think to yourself, is this ending or leading? If you count a leading diagonal, you can have a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, or 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Ending diagonal can only be 3, correction, 3, correction, 3. All right. 1, 3, and 5 waves, 1, 3, and 5 in an ending diagonal can only be zigzag family structures, not impulses. It's not allowed. Okay. Local bit of a bullish CVD here played out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correction. Well, we'll see what it does. That was Bitcoin. Let me put this in the timer. Analysis. I don't have an enormous amount of time, but yeah. On 89K, is untouched FEG 20, does that match your liquidity theory? Yeah, taking any low below 92 is where liquidity for sure is resting. So the question is, do we get down there? But from a market maker's perspective, of course, it's very interesting to build these type of structures with higher lows, right? Because it's a low, a higher low, higher low, higher low, right? And then eventually grab the liquidity and turn around. However, as what I explained earlier, you might never come back. So we know the levels: 102.6k, 100.6k, right? Those are important. But eventually, in a bull market, you do expect a nice bit of a liquidity grab. Okay. Alts time. What do we do? This is gonna go quick. Usually per alt, I only do literally a few minutes, and then we're finished and we go to the next one. Please make sure to also check the Altcoin Elliott Wave Analysis playlist. That was the LINKTREE. It's in the description. It's a link which gets you to this page. This is the current live stream, but you can see all of the alts and the stock here and other stuff. Like this is all recent. We always do daily, weekly time frame analysis, so usually things don't really change too much. And I see XRP. I don't know where XRP is, but if it didn't take all-time high yet, probabilities are higher to take all-time high. So we are finished there. So dot is an ugly one. I'm not really like that chart. Okay, so XRP. Let's see where we are. Yeah, okay, we didn't take the all-time high yet, so it's just a matter of time. And from an Elliott wave point of view here, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. You're just looking for 4 5s, but mind you, with a 3 that looks like this, your 4s could be quite significant in percentage drawdowns. Do I have my folder here? So where is it? This one? Yeah, there you go. Rectangle. What's this? This must be a target, potential target for XRP. 5558 to 26. What the hell? That's a big area. Well, based on lower time frame counts, we will be able to figure that one out. That's your triangle, bullish. Okay, targets. Anyway, so yeah, here you have 1 2 1 2. You take a fib from the low of Y2 to the current high, right? Generally, a wave 4 is longer in time than a 2. So, I mean, this 2, the rule of alternation now, this 2 is quite long compared to your 1. So wave 4, right, can be shorter than 2. But at least wave 4 should be a couple of weekly candles. Take a fib from the low to the high here, toggle on your wave 4 target area, and that is your target, 236 to the 0.5. Once a wave 4 is going to be made, right? At the moment, it's difficult to say if this move here is your wave 4. We did hit the 236 here, but it's very short in time. I prefer to have a longer 4. So yeah, XRP looking for higher. Still looking for price to move up. Take out the all-time high. You also touch the 886 Fibonacci taken from the high to the low over here. Which increases probabilities for price to sooner or later take out that all-time high. Now, it is common for price to react around the 886, see a potential retracement, but just know that it is touched. Any move down, higher probability corrective, increasing probabilities to go up still later and just take out all-time high, which I just mentioned. Yeah, so there you go. Yep. So that is that. Then we had dot. I don't know like what. So dot it's so ugly, right? We basically went to all-time lows twice. The only way. Oh yeah, you can see it on my chart. Dot is in the same position. Let me remove this here. By the way, confluences. Second time you're testing a 3-month gap low now. Of course, it increases probabilities to break it. If so, next resistance 14 to 15.5. From an Elliott wave point of view, you do exactly the same here. Why don't I have the count on my chart? Interesting, Kun. Yeah. You will have 1, 2, and then continuation up. Potential here, of course, for 1, 2, 1, 2 because of the look of this candle on a daily time frame. We must have had a range here. So 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, or you're still looking for 4 5s, higher prices. This is your target area, 886, 652. And you still look for continuation on DOT. So this is how we can also do many of these alts, because it's high time frame. We generally don't go to the lower time frames because it's not really worth it. So yeah. Okay, Ethereum probability is highest to take out all-time high, also just a matter of time. But it might move in a triangle-ish. Did we take out this high now finally, or did we not? I think we did, no? Yes, we did. Sure, it was about time. Okay. Now, with regards to Ethereum, you can see it on the chart, 886 touch, taken from the high to the low. Very clear three-wave structure to the downside here on Ethereum as well, right? Which increases the probabilities for price to take out the all-time high. The moment price here touched the 0.618, taken from this high to the low, probabilities were higher to take out the high. And now that price touched the 886, those probabilities are enforced, like stronger. After an 886, common for price to move to the downside and see a retracement, move to the golden pocket area. Very, very nice, very common. I will, by the way, in the Elliott Wave Compendium book that we are making, there are pages dedicated to the 886, which is something that I found a few years ago and have implemented. And you can't really find it anywhere else because it's not been found anywhere else. So on what the 886 means for Elliott wave probabilities and how the 886 reacts and what you can expect. So there's a couple of pages dedicated to the 886 in the Elliott wave compendium. But this is very nice. 886, golden pocket, go back up. Probabilities are high to take out the high, basically a matter of time. Locally, I don't really want to go into those type of scenarios locally here. This is definitely the steepest part. This is the Bitstamp chart, so I don't know if I should trust volume. Let me go to Coinbase. Okay. Volume is not the highest in this move up, but it is definitely the steepest. So something that I would like to see on ETH for the bulls is, of course, get a bigger range in a 4. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correction. Potentially here. You can have a 1, 2, 1, 2 up. And then you have, of course, a couple of 4, 5s. Right? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, But you're still looking for higher till, just like on Bitcoin, which would be nice, is if you on a daily time frame, you finish a 5-wave impulsive structure, then you get a retracement, high probability, or high percentage move to the downside, and then you continue. This is where you wreck everyone, because this is too easy, in my opinion. Market maker hat on. Should make a market maker cap. So same on Bitcoin, of course, we like to think about scenarios that avoid everyone winning and grab the liquidities and fake people out, and how often do they happen? You know what I mean? So it's often, in other words. So it's very interesting to, especially if you become more like, you want to fake people into buying, and like, oh shit, we only go up. And the moment you think it only goes up, that's when it's go down, right? Same here, right? We're so close, touching the 886 from all-time high to the low. Oh, we're at the 8, price is pushing. Look how steep it goes up. People buy, all-time high, and then poof, right? Yeah, very nice. Anyway. Yeah, gotta like it now. 27 to 4K is an ABC. That would be a bearish scenario, this being an ABC. But if this is an ABC, then you are gonna look for the following scenario. But still, that would perfectly fit in the theory of wrecking the market, which is this one. From a psychology point of view, it would be very nice. But yeah, you need some weakness. Currently, market structure is up on ETH. You got to check the recent range here. But then you have a zigzag, complex structure, flat WXY. This is your break, everyone. And then after Y, and that's when it really kicks off. So yeah, you got to be prepared. No, got to be prepared. Doesn't have the highest probabilities at the moment because locally we have very much a three-wave structure to the downside here, not a 5. We didn't take out the low again. So probabilities are higher to take out the high. And did we touch the 886? I might want to check this on Coinbase. I don't know. I trust Coinbase more than Bitstamp. We missed it here. Here we also have very much a three-way structure down, up. We just missed out on touching the 886. Few dollars. But anyway, we move back to the golden pocket. Very nice. So yeah, three wave. The moment you see a 3, probabilities are higher to still take out the high. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be a truncation, but truncations are very rare. So probabilities are higher. This is a 3. If this was a 5, then preferably you actually took out the low, which we didn't. Low is on the highest volume. Preferably that's counted as 3. And then you look for 4, 5, but we never got 5. So yeah. We actually recently did total. I always find this interesting, right? Total. This is crypto total market cap. But well, for a second I was like, am I looking at Bitcoin? So crypto total market cap. Wait, what chart Sidiums is this? Is this the one you're looking at, or? Because this one would be same as Bitcoin. Because if you count it as Elliott waves is counted, no, then price moves up, high amount of volume would be your 3, couple of 1, 2s, and then you just look for 4, 5, 4, 5s, and then eventually bloop, you get your dip down. But at the moment, let's see what happens locally. Oh wait, that we just made a new high. Oh yeah, I mean we just made a new high, so now we just observe this again. But yeah, it's very similar price action to Bitcoin, eh? So if we still expect higher on Bitcoin, either with a flat or with the impulsive continuation, it's likely going to be the same here. So yeah, then you would also look for upside here. What's up, Prof. Locky? Welcome, man. Could take first the low, then the high. Well, yes, Gabriel, because your flat is already activated for a Y on Ethereum because you took out the high. That would be a regular flat. If the high is in and you look for down. The problem is you want to start with an impulse, but it looks like a 3, not a 5. So yeah. ETH USDT, I prefer to do the USD charts with regards to wicks, and especially Coinbase tends to be very, very stable. By the way, MP, don't worry about the Ethereum structure. Just focus on the local price action. I like the daily. Don't zoom out too much. Make it easy for yourself, right? That's what I do as well during the alt streams. Is Ethereum 3 wave down from all-time high, hits the 886, bias is going to be up. Check the daily, look at the local move up, and just focus on that. Like forget the rest. It's not relevant. You gotta be prepared if you want to, but that's what I share as well. But you want to focus on local price action. Oh wait, I saw a couple of people talk about Solana, which is always short for me to talk about. So Solana actually hit my target. Where is it? Here we go. Which is the white box on the chart. Now this is your bullish scenario where you still look after a 3 for a 4 and a 5. Your bearish scenario is that your blue 3 was finished here, blue 4 finished here, and this move up is your blue 5. So those are your bullish and bearish scenarios basically. And then locally here on the chart, I want to see an impulse to the upside. Maybe go to the daily. Have a look. Previous wave 4 of a lower degree is important support, which is this range. From the low to the high, wave 4 target area. And then on a low time frame, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, finish 3 in your bullish scenario. Or this is finito, bear market. At the moment, as long as you don't hit 173, the probabilities are still higher that what is forming here is corrective, not impulsive. In other words, probabilities are then higher still to move up. That's the thing. Like you can be prepared, right, with bearish scenarios, but it's about like as long as the levels are not touched, same as on Bitcoin, right? As long as you don't move down to 102.6K and 100.6K, then why would you ever give the highest probabilities to the bears? Right? It doesn't make sense. You need some proof. You know where you're wrong, and that's what you can use in your risk management, right? If the probabilities change by hitting some levels, that is where your risk management comes in, right? With your positions, your stop loss and profit, and whatnot, right? So same on Solana here. There's no reason to think, oh, we're done. You're actually in support now, by the way. If you want to count a flat here, it's expanding, or a diagonal that's expanding diagonal. If you want to be bearish, then you need you can't count an impulse here. That's the high. 1, 2, 6, 1, 8 touched, so no wave 4. So that means you have to then consider either a diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that's stupid. That must be an expanding diagonal. 3 is shorter than 1 and 5, so it's not great. Or a multi 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then a 3 down. But again, it's good to be prepared, but as long as you don't hit some levels that lower probabilities for bulls, it doesn't generally make sense to be bearish. Also, you didn't even lose this range, right? You can even wick the low from, it's fine. If you lose this range, you don't have too much going on here. So, but wave 4 of a higher degree likes to retrace to the wave 4 of a lower degree. It's a guideline. So, the Piper Academy collab. Oh yeah, and also the fact like Piper uses live thingy on MacBook, and I got my new MacBook. Man, I gotta get to it, man. I gotta get to it. I haven't yet I barely even touched it. I just need to install everything. It's like, you know, the short where they talk about sharpening the saw and then cutting the tree, right? So I'm just cutting the tree now, cut all the time. If I would put a couple of hours into the MacBook, get that whole thing sorted, that's the sharpening the saw part. And then I install my MacBook as my main thing. And then everything goes quicker and la-di-la-di-la because it's a brand new system. Of course, it will take time for me to get used to it because I've never used a MacBook before. But yeah, I need to sharpen my saw. 1531, yeah, gotta go. But I see. So I'll do a final one. Airweave here, I see in the chat as well. Oh. I do always like to have a mix of well-known or not very well-known alts. I personally, I don't know, I don't Airweave. Oh, I do have it in my list. Okay. Completely forget. I don't know. It's better for me like to use these codes like AR USDT, for example, or USD. Anyway, yeah, highest probability is on the chart, man. Look, as long as it's what can I add? It's on the chart now. We do have the previous range, by the way, which wasn't touched in case it wants to come down again. But which it might, but yeah, other than that, 1 2 3 4 5 correction. Oh yeah, so we could count a 5 here. The problem is that you can't actually really count a 5 here, so that made this structure more corrective than impulsive. 1 2 3 4 5, okay, cool. A B C D E, right, and then 1 2 3 4 5, but then you go back up. It's not that makes this a zigzag, and that's bullish. You look for price to take the high, unrelated to the price action after whatever happens here, or you take the low again or whatnot. But probabilities are higher for price to take out this. You just got to know, golden pocket or the 05 golden pocket is here in confluence with the range. Very interesting. If it does come down, golden pocket with this range as SR is nice. It's a nice area. Very clear invalidation is the low. 886 really lowest probability, so that would it's almost like acting like an invalidation. But yeah, there you go. When do we start? Oh damn, 1 minute or something with the analysis, or 1 hour. 1 hour. And then finally, I know that gold has been requested many times. Now, mind you, just FYI, if you go to the channel, I'm not even sure if it's in here. Bitcoin, it's not in the altcoin. If you go to the YouTube channel and you scroll down, then here's a gold analysis. It's 6 months old, but it is as relevant now as it was then. So we have all these time frames. Let me have a quick look. So anyway, probabilities were higher to move up in a nutshell. So we good there. ABC, very low probabilities. 5, 1. Okay, that's bear. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. 1 second. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5 yet to be made. Bitcoin pumping. Let me check. Yes, that is very nice indeed. Daily bullish scenario. 1, 2, 3. Highest volume in the recent move up, so you do have to consider even. Ooh. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You do have to consider. This would be your arguably bearish scenario. But you would still look for higher. So you made your long range 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. That's still one more high minimum. Your alternative, which is more bullish, is counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and then another 4, 5. So that's your scenarios. And for green, your invalidation now, of course, moves up to 2.1K. For blue, blue is then in this scenario, but if you're counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, then this is going to be your blue 4. So yeah, gotta wait. So still looking for higher. Yep. So yeah, there you go, everyone. There you go. Time for me to continue the day. With a lot of other things that we have to do. If price hits the 0.7 at 105.6, it reduces probabilities for any double zigzags. Of course, we had the WXY here on the chart. Price now took out this high, reducing probability or invalidating a multi 1-2, counting this as a 1-2 low probabilities because of time and the size of B in a flat. Bearish scenario would be a diagonal, but now probabilities are higher for the bulls, which they were still because we didn't take the lows, remember? So, yeah, gotta know the levels. Very nice. Et voilà, mon ami. Ça, c'est tout. Elliott waves in a nutshell. Very nice. Shall we redirect to Piper? How do we do this? I gotta figure that out, man. It's time for me to go, but we can redirect to Piper if I figure out how this actually works. How does it work? Customization, monetization. Mate, I have no idea. I just need to look. I need to look into that stuff. I don't yet know where I can add this. Altered content, chapters, features, concepts, language, license. I don't know. I don't see it. So we'll be next time. Bitcoin analysis started at 18 minutes, guys. Probabilities are high to take the high though. Now that price took out this high. Yeah, I don't know, Mark. I'm so clueless. But yeah, if you don't know Piper, great guy, relatively young channel. Completely different form of analysis. So if you only like Elliott waves, then probably not the channel for you. But if you like all sorts of stuff, then it might be. So yeah, I'll just have to figure out the sharing, the going to another channel type of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, everyone, the analysis is started at minute 18 on Bitcoin. So we went through the daily, 1 hour, and the 15-minute even as well. Then we did a couple of alts, XRP, ETH, total chart, and AR, and we ended with gold, by the way, which I don't actually put the timestamp from on my gold. What was it? Probably like 05. But yeah, tomorrow, of course, another day, another video, another live stream. And we're also like doing some stuff with the content, like, trying to find what people like the most. Of course, doing 2 updates a day is better for my life work balance, let me tell you. But what we are considering is, instead of a live stream every day, we do a live stream each 2 days, and then 2 videos, 1 video, 1 live stream, 2 videos, 1 video, 1 live stream, 2 videos. So we're just thinking about how to improve the channel. I've been going through the data as well. Now, 51% of the people actually watch both videos and live streams, 26% only videos, and 23% only live streams. But I do know that the videos generally perform better, but the live streams are better for engagement. And I love live streams. Don't get me wrong. I love being live. It's one of my favorite things. But yeah, if you have any feedback, make sure to let me know. Always trying to improve. So I gotta go. Gonna enjoy my little cookie as well, and continue. Let's see, working on emails. The Elliott Wave Compendium is next. Then head off to the gym, dinner, and then study some non-trading related things. And then eventually watch Outlander with my wife and go to bed. That's basically the schedule that I have for after the stream. So, okay. 15K. Yo, we're getting close, hey? We're getting close. If like, guys, I will never ask you to sub. I just want to make you highlight the fact that we are actually close to 15K, and we might make it before the end of the year. It's gonna be on edge, not gonna lie, because literally when the month started, the average amount of subs per month ended on 15K. So it's literally where we're just on or off with regards to 15. So we'll see if we make it, but we're getting close. We're getting there. Last year ended with 5.8K, by the way, and now we're getting close to 15, which is insane. No, insane. Subbed on both accounts. Thanks, TP. Do you also watch with both accounts? Cheers, everyone. I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, write them below the stream or DM or wherever, and I'll get to you. And tomorrow another video, another live stream. If anything crazy happens, of course, tonight or later today, I will look if I can go live tonight. But price pumping is not special. Right, so if price, for example, would have moved below 100.6K, that was live stream worthy. But let's see what we get. If it's very interesting, then we will consider going live. But everything has been shared. You know what to look for, and we take it from there. No, so thanks everyone, and I'll see you at the next one.